This was really interesting. It's an announcement I've been waiting on for quite some time. They announced that they are launching Beyond Chicken Tenders. So if you know Beyond Meat, they primarily generate revenue from sales of their Beyond Burger. So you can go to various fast food places, you can go to the grocery store and get the plant-based beef substitute, right? Now they are launching Beyond Fried Chicken, or Beyond Chicken Tenders, excuse me. They've run a test with KFC last year before the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, they said it's not really the time for us to be launching a new thing, but now they're launching this Beyond Chicken Tenders into 400 independent restaurants around the country. Why I think that this is the most significant announcement they've made as a public company is, remember that Beyond Meat started with chicken. So University of Missouri had the tech. Ethan Brown, the founder of Beyond Meat, licensed the technology to create a chicken product for grocery stores before the company came public. Then Beyond Burger was so successful that eventually they canceled their chicken line prior to coming public. In the months prior to coming public, they said the recipe wasn't quite right. And so they've been working on this behind the scenes now for a few years, and now they're relaunching it. To me, that tells me that management has been working on this for a very, very long time, and they feel like they've finally gotten it right. So that tells me that I think this is going to be a compelling product. And when you look at global meat consumption, chicken is the most consumed protein out there by a mile. So they're basically, this is optionality for Beyond Meat. And why it's important is for Beyond Meat to work out as an investment. They trade at something like 20 times their trailing sales. That is very expensive for a company with 30% gross margins, right? It's maybe not so crazy for a company like Trade Desk, where it's way up there. I don't know what it is, 80% gross margin. Beyond Meat down at 30% gross margin, trading at 20 times sales. That's a big deal. They need to grow that revenue. So if they can launch into a completely new animal category with plant-based chicken, it's a chance to grow that revenue in a very big way.
Yes. All right. So thank you, John. I followed this. You know, I used to be a vegetarian back in the day. So when this came public, I was kind of interested in it to see if they could, you know, I went from vegetarian, went on a road trip through Texas, had some barbecue. And then, you know, I was kind of wondering if Beyond Meat would, you know, and Impossible, the other kind of different, would turn me back, right? It hasn't yet. You know, their stuff is good. I think it's definitely a step above what's gone before, but it's not enough. I still come back to the price too, right? It seems expensive.
Yeah.
But the brand is well known, right? And they're doing really good stuff. And this chicken is really interesting.
And they're targeting people more like me, who's not a vegetarian, right?
Yeah, right. They're targeting like people who maybe want to eat a little bit healthier, or just want to mix it up a little bit. Don't necessarily, you know, strict vegetarians, right? So it's pretty close, I think. I mean, have you had this stuff? I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. In fact, the first time I had it was right after Beyond Meat went public, and I went to, I think they had it at Denny's, and I went just because it sounded so ridiculous. I just wanted to prove to myself that it was ridiculous, and I actually liked it. And that's when I started looking into the company more. And I bought a little bit when the market crashed in 2020. So I'm a small shareholder.